In the ancient land of Israel, there resided a humble man from the tribe of Benjamin, named Saul. He was the son of Kish and was known for his handsome appearance, standing head and shoulders above others. Saul lived an unassuming life until fate called upon him to play a pivotal role in the unfolding history of Israel. The people of Israel, weary of the existing leadership and yearning for a more unified figurehead, demanded a king to rule over them. Despite the prophet Samuel's warnings about the dangers of monarchy, God granted their wish and directed Samuel to anoint Saul as the first king of Israel. Saul's reign began auspiciously. Under the guidance of Samuel, he successfully led Israel into battle against several of its longtime enemies, including the Ammonites and the Philistines, securing significant victories. Initially, Saul was a popular figure, leading his people with a sense of justice and righteousness. However, as time wore on, Saul's character began to change. During a critical battle with the Philistines at Michmash, Saul became impatient waiting for Samuel's arrival to make burnt offerings to God. Driven by fear and desperation, Saul took it upon himself to perform the sacred rituals, violating divine instructions. When Samuel finally arrived, he rebuked Saul, making it clear that his kingdom would not endure due to his disobedience. Despite this, Saul continued to lead Israel. He waged war successfully against Moab, Edom, and other neighboring enemies, but his downfall was looming. The final straw came when God, through Samuel, commanded Saul to utterly destroy the Amalekites and leave nothing alive. Disobeying this order, Saul spared King Agag and kept the best of the livestock, attempting to justify his actions by claiming he intended to offer them as sacrifices to God. Samuel confronted Saul on this grave disobedience. Disheartened, Samuel declared that Saul had been rejected as king by God, although he would continue to reign for the time being. Samuel then secretly anointed David, a young shepherd boy from Bethlehem, to be Saul's successor. The Spirit of the Lord departed from Saul, and he was tormented by troubling spirits. In his distress, he summoned musicians to soothe him, thereby unknowingly bringing the future King David, who was skilled on the lyre, to his court. As David grew and achieved heroic status, notably by defeating the Philistine giant Goliath, Saul's jealousy consumed him. Despite David's loyalty and service, Saul repeatedly sought to kill him, forcing David into hiding. During these tumultuous years, Saul's mental state further deteriorated, leading to paranoia and erratic decisions that eroded his rule. In a desperate attempt to regain divine favor, Saul sought the guidance of a medium to contact the spirit of Samuel, who foretold his doom. The next day, during a fierce battle with the Philistines on Mount Gilboa, Saul's army was overwhelmed. With defeat imminent and to avoid being captured, Saul fell on his own sword, ending his troubled reign. Thus, the complex tale of King Saul, from a revered king with a promising start to a tragic figure who succumbed to pride and insecurity, concluded, ushering in the reign of the man he once considered a threat, King David, who would later unite all of Israel under his rule.